welcome back to another episode of Breaking Down the Deck. Woo! Yeah, and we are grueling now today.
Yes.
Do you just like to smash in a game of Magic? Well, have I got a deck for you? It's not as crazy as what's his name? Xenagos? I don't know. Yeah, Xenagos. But we do have one of the most popular red-green commanders. It's Tovolar. The Handmaster, I believe. No, the Dire Overlord.
And as you can see, it's not a wolf.
It's not a wolf. That's why I always get the name wrong, because to me, this is not a wolf.
Totally not a wolf.
And, I mean, it's a werewolf deck between you and me, then, Sal David.
What?
But, it's a great fun deck. When I got into Magic back when I was a wee little one, I came and properly, I got introduced in Rowan, but when I properly got introduced was Innistrad, the original. And werewolves were there, and I just loved them. So when I got the secret lair, I was like, I have to build a werewolf deck. And that's what I did. I found some of my favorite werewolves from Magic history. Had to relearn about what the hell Daybound and Nightbound was. What's that all about? And I just made some complicated Gruul deck. Because sometimes Gruul players do like to think.
This is going to be fun to see.
They can't, but...
I like werewolves. Werewolves, I thought mythical creature are really cool.
Yeah.
If you like horror movies, Wolfman and all these werewolf movies going. And werewolf has always been a main staple in horror. We thought having, you have a slasher creature, you have this specific character like Jason or whatever.
Just little guys.
You have the vampire movies, you have a Dracula as the vampire. But werewolves are just this strange creature lurking around in the night, so it's going to be really fun to see how werewolves works in Magic and with the night and day and whatever.
Well, much like Gruul, let's not waste any time and let's get straight into it.
Let's go!
Hey everyone, welcome back to another Deck Tech with yours truly, Rowan Kindred. And today we've got a special one, something close to my heart, a Gruul deck called Not a Wolf, or as you may better know him as Tovolar. Let's see, Tovolar, the Dire Overlord. And when you go onto Idiotric and you search by red-green commanders, Tovolar is one at the top. I'm not too sure about right now, but people just love the werewolves. And pods aren't generally fond of them because he introduces a really cool mechanic, in my opinion, called Daybound. When I came into Magic the Gathering, I came around, properly, I'd say, in the original Innistrad. So werewolves have a special place in my heart. I love them and I think they're cool. But for this, I'm going to do it in a few sections. We're going to take a look at the commander, going to take a look at the creatures, the mana ramp, the interaction, the card draw, the haste enablers, which I thought was pretty cool, and then just the ways I look to close the game. Just be warned that this is version 1 of this deck, and if you look at my deck list online, there may be some changes over the time as I find new things. So yes, we have my boy Not a Wolf. Let's read what Not a Wolf does. Whenever a wolf you control deals combo damage to player, draw a card. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 3 or more wolves, transform all your wolves and it becomes nighttime. And I do have the token somewhere, not on me right now, but I'll quickly explain what nighttime does. Nighttime basically says that if you were to cast no spells, if a player were to cast no spells during their turn, on the next upkeep, it becomes nighttime, and then werewolves transform. And this is King of Wolves, Tovolar, the Midnight Scourge. And what I love about this werewolf commander is it has a Kisek Wolf Run ability on the back side of it. So it still has the draw card ability from the front side, but for red and green and an X, you can give a creature trample and give plus X power to it. Just really fun way to just do Gruul things and finish our games. I've killed a few people with this ability when they're not expecting a non-trampler to quickly become a trampler and a lot stronger than what they seem to be. So yeah, with no further ado, let's take a look at the creatures. I've ordered them within mana value. So there's only one mana value that I can think of right now because I do have other wolves in other categories. But we have a 1 mana cost a Sedent Pack Leader, and it enters the battlefield with a +1 counter on it. And if you control, it enters with a +1 counter on it if you control a creature with mana value 4 or greater, which is not a commander, but there is quite a few 4 mana cost werewolves. But whenever you cast it's just basically wolf that gets bigger. A 1 mana cost 2/1. I mean, this is not your grandfather's magic. This is for just great value as a 1-drop. And then we have 2 drops immediately. We have Mayor of Everbrack. Other humans you control get +1/+1. But wait, Rowan. This is a werewolf deck. Why do we care about humans? Because all werewolves, at least from my knowledge, besides the Eldrazi ones, are humans on their front side. And this is one of like the original werewolves, Mayor of Everbrack, and I think in the FNM promo version. And for the sake of simplicity, I've taken out the werewolves out of their outer sleeve, so I can just quickly show you the backside of them. And on the backside of this one, Halpack Alpha, it does say other werewolves and wolf creatures you control get +1/+1. But also, at the beginning of your end step, put a 2/2 green wolf creature token onto the battlefield. Just great value. Get wolves. Get gruel, you know? Now this could be considered a card draw, but Dusk Watch Recruiter for 3 mana. We can look at the top 3 cards of our library and reveal creature card, put it in our hand. And then its backside is creature spells cost 1 less. So, and that could be card draw, could be ramp, however you look at it. For me, it's a wolf. We have Fearful Villager. It's a 2/3 with Menace, and it once again has Daybound, which we'll see some werewolves have Daybound, some wolves do not. And it gets complicated. I won't get into the rules, I'll be here for like at least another 20 minutes. But do look up Daybound versus original werewolf ruling. They do flip at different times sometimes. It's crazy. Okay, so this is we're already onto our 3 mana drop werewolves. But yeah, it's a 2/3 with Menace. Pretty good, but I think its backside is even better. Where it's a 4/3 with Menace, and it's just, you know, solid value. Anything with Menace is really strong for this deck because you want to be doing combat damage and you want to be drawing cards. There's not a lot of card draw besides the commander. And, you know, you're getting in with some massive damage with cards like this. We've got Gaia Reach Bandits, one of the original werewolves. Or actually, there's 3 generations of werewolves, I believe. You got the first one from original Innistrad. Then we return to Innistrad. And then when we return to Innistrad again, please correct me if I'm wrong. So this is a 3/2 with haste. But notably on its backside, it says, whenever a werewolf enters the battlefield under your control, you may transform it. Just a really good way to cheat out, like, really strong werewolf side. Then we have Hound Tamer, just a 3 mana, trample, 3/3. It has a mana sink if we find ourselves with nothing to do. You can just put a +1 count on this creature. And it's a 4/4 with trample on the other side, but also it gives our other werewolves trample, which is important as we find that might be some of our werewolves' weaknesses. They don't have trample. Not very gruel of them, you know. Gruel supposed to be trample, and I think this is what the one deck has a weakness of. Okay, we've got Crew and Outlaw. It's a 2/2 first strike. Not so strong on this front side, but its backside, it's a 3/3 with double strike. And each werewolf you control can't be blocked except by 2 or more creatures. It's like, gives all your werewolves menace. It's insane. I love this card. I think it's super good. Now we've got the Reckless Stormseeker. The front side and the back side do very similar things, but at the beginning of each combat on your turn, target creature gets +1 against haste on your turn. And the back side still gives haste. No, so +2 and trample on haste. So yeah, just once again, trample enabler on a card. Always good to see it. And now we've got the Silver Fur Partition, not a flip wolf or werewolf for that matter, but that's fine. Our commander cares about wolves as well. And it's just a 2/2 with trample. Well, that's not good. But whenever a wolf or werewolf you control becomes the target of an instant or sorcery, create a 2/2 green token wolf onto the battlefield. So just some assurances, making sure we do get some wolf tokens and some bodies on the board. And if you haven't noticed, I got the Secret Lair bundle, which included my commander. And in that same bundle, we got this really cool art of Emma Wolf. And it's made by a artist, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's Zoltan Boros and then Sage. I got this all wrong. Please look it up, who created what. But it's inspired by this comic series, I believe, called Not a Wolf, about an office who's a wolf who wears office attire. It's great. I thought it was really fun, and I hadn't heard of it before. And I really liked it. I think it was cool, which inspired me to build this deck. Yeah, so Wolf is just a 2/2 with Intimidate, 3 mana cost. Each wolf each wolf and werewolf gets +1/+1, but more notably, non-human werewolves you control can't transform. We got Primal Adversary. I got this card from my dear friend Andres today, actually. It's a 3 mana cost 4/3, but when it enters, you may pay green, 1 in green as many times as possible. If you do, you may put a +1 counts on Primal Adversary, and then up to some lands become 3/3 wolves. Just like, could end the game from nowhere. Really good. We got Howling Moon. At the beginning of your combat, on your turn, target wolf and all werewolf you control gets +2/+2. It's just a pump spell. But whenever an opponent casts a second spell each turn, create a 2/2 wolf. Insanely good card. Just to like get some bodies on the board once again. Or we got one of my favorite cards from M20 here. Nightperk Ambusher. It's a 4 mana cost, which is quite steep, flash, and gives you other wolves and werewolves +1/+1. Really good if you only have two wolves on the battlefield and people don't think Tovolar will flip on your turn. At the end step before yours, you can just flash this out as the third wolf, and it's just insanely good. At the beginning of your end step, if you didn't cast a spell this turn, create a 2/2 green wolf, which could come useful if you'd have nothing to do. One of my favorite werewolves for no apparent reason. I just feel nostalgic when I see this card. Instigate again. Attacking creatures you control get +1/+0. The flip side, it does the exact same thing, except it has trample, and it gives attacking creatures +3/+0. One of my favorite cards of Magic's history is this card right here. Handmaster of the Fowls. I was obsessed with it when I watched it being played on the Pro Tour. Was it Dark Ascension? Where Brian Kepler won it. Sorry, spoilers. I just fell in love with this card. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. It's when I really got into like competitive Magic, like sort of, and I saw this card and just loved it. But now it's a bit not so strong. There are better cards on the 4 mana slots, but I just play this because it's one of my pet cards. It's a 4 mana 2/2. At the beginning, when this creature enters, you create a 2/2 wolf and you gain 2 life. And then on this flip side, it deals 2 damage to your creature and 2 damage to your opponents. Just value. And your werewolves, especially with Tovolar arts, will be flipping at least like once or twice a turn. Most importantly once. And you can just like make a wolf, do 2 damage, make a wolf. This card is just such... I love this card. Please go watch the Dark Ascension Pro Tour. It could be in this chart, I could be wrong, but I think it might be Dark Ascension. And now we've got Child of the Pack, which is a 4 mana 2/5, but another mana sink where we can just make wolves. And it's day bound. But on its backside, it gives other creatures +1/+0. Just a big fan of that card. We got Howlpack Piper. The spell can't be countered. And for 2 mana, I might put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. If it's a wolf or werewolf, untap it. Just, you know, really good. And then I think on its backside, you can like, when it attacks or when it transforms. When it transforms or enters as, like, remember if it's not bound, when this enters, it comes in as this part of the wolf. When it enters, you just like look at the top 6 and get a creature card. So, you know, on either side, it's value. Really cool. Oh, this is one of my favorite cards in the deck. It's called Ill-Tempered Loner. Whenever it is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to any target. So it's like, yeah, sure, block it. I either draw a card, but if you block it with your 10/10, I'm going to kill it. Or I'm going to kill you. But what's so good on the other side of it, it gives that ability to each other permanents we control. Insane. So we attack it with all our wolves, and we're just guaranteeing like damage, gruel damage. We love that. And it also has a mana sink to give this card +2/+0 until end of turn. Such a deadly card. So great. Another one of my favorite cards is this Mondronan Shaman. The beginning of each upkeep, so it does nothing on this side, but I just love this. Sorry, I do have this promo foil here, but if I remember correctly, whenever an opponent casts a spell, it deals 2 damage to that player. Any spell. You're going to cast a spell, you're going to take 2 damage. So good. Now we're now 5 drops. Whenever a permanent you control transforms into a non-human creature, create a 2/2 wolf. That's going to be happening on upkeep. If you have 4 wolves, you get 4 2/2 wolves. We have Volatile Arsonist, Menace Haste. When it attacks, it deals 1 damage to each of up to 1 target creature and up to 1 target player. So you can get rid of like pesky Death Touchers, which are like our bane to this deck. Death Touch really wrecks us, but just can deal with some Death Touchers. On its Nightbound side, it does the same thing except for 2 damage. It deals 2 damage to each of up to 1 target creature and up to 1 target player, so it just doubles the amount of damage. Ulrich, which is like, I think before Tovolar was the original werewolf commander. It's not as cool, but it's really strong. When it enters, you give a creature +4/+4, and when it transforms to this side, it fights any creature on the battlefield. So you can like get rid of some problem stuff. We have this 5 mana cost card that's really good. Its power and toughness are equal to the number of cards in your hand. Good stuff. And whenever it enters the battlefield, draw a card. But its flip side is it's got the power and toughness in all players' hands. And it's got vigilance and trample. That's crazy. So if every player has 7 cards in their hand, you know, it's like, what's that? 7, 14, 21, 28. Really good. And this is just, I found in my collection, I needed some wolves. I'm looking, this might be replaced with that wolf that makes wolves an upkeep. I'm looking for that card. If you have it, please let me know. But yeah, this just is a really strong wolf in body, because technically it will only cost 2 less. So it'll cost 4. And then its flip side is when Wedding Crasher or another wolf you control dies, draw a card. Yes, also some card draw. I don't know. I'm a bit unsure about this card. We'll see. Oh, and we got Tovolar's Huntmaster. You know, our commander's Tovolar, technically. We need his Huntmaster. When it enters the battlefield, creates 2 green wolves. Not so good, but its flip side is cool. When it enters the battlefield or attacks, creates 2 green wolves. And then another target wolf you control fights another wolf you don't control. Just like, you don't really need much interaction in this deck with so much fighting. It's really cool. Another card from the Secret Lair, and if I'm not mistaken, that is actually the artist from the Secret Lair. It's a 6 mana cost card for 4/4 hexproof. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put 2+1 counters on another target creature you control. And its flip side is just a 6/6 with hexproof, and other permanents you control of hexproof. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put 2+1 counters on each creature you control. Insane value. Just really good protection as well. And then this is not a wolf, but it's a sorcery, but I just love it because it's from the Secret Lair. 7 mana, create a 2 green wolf creature for each forest you control. I don't win a great green deck, but I'll show you that sometimes we can have a lot of forests. And this is not a wolf either. It's my Planeswalker Arlen Pax Hope. Daybound, at the beginning of your turn, you may cast a creature spell as though it had flash. Really strong. And each creature you control enters the battlefield with an additional +1 counter. And then creates 2 green wolf tokens. Interestingly, it's daybound, so if it's nighttime on your turn and you cast this, you can actually do this. You can have it become a 5/3 wolf with trample, indestructible, and haste. It's just, you know, we love Planeswalkers, we love to see it. It's just like a really good value. Also, a really nice card I got from Andres. I really like the art of this. But yeah, so those are the wolves, sort of. You're going to see some other wolves show up in the next parts of this deck tech. But I would quickly go over the ramp. And I believe we have 10 sources of ramp. So we have, once again, a 2 mana cost werewolf. Front side, taps for green. Back side, taps for 2 green. We have Kasich Naturalist, 2 mana cost. When it attacks, add a red or green, and so in a turn, you don't lose mana as phases end. And then on the back side, it's like a Wolf Warlord, and it still does the mana ability of getting a 1 extra mana. I wouldn't really consider these ramp, but I'll just put them there for the fun of it. And we've got some mana dorks. Birds of Paradise, because I just had one lying around. I basically bought this deck with things I had lying around and some werewolves that I had. So you're going to see some weird choices. Like, there's probably better stuff, but I like these cards. We've got Llanowar Elves, just a 1 mana. You know Llanowar Elves get a green mana. Delighted Halfling, so I keep getting washed away in my pod, so I've been putting more of these in my decks to like prevent them from being countered. And we've got the Soul Ring, we got the Talisman of Impulse, Arcane Signets. I think this is Nature's Law. Cultivate, both in different languages. Explore and Farseek. So yeah, that's just our ramp package. We don't really need to ramp too much because we are just trying to go for face. We're trying to end the game quick if we can. Now we have some interaction. One of my favorite interactions is just pick your poison, but notably it can remove they have to sacrifice a creature with flying, but you know, we really struggle against flying in this deck. Werewolves famously don't fly, and pick your poison can make them players sacrifice a flying creature. Could come in use. This is my board wipe because I couldn't find another Blasphemous Act, but this is cooler. I love this card. I know it costs a total of 8 mana, but it says Cascade, Cascade. Who doesn't love to see the words Cascade, Cascade on a 8 mana cost card? And it says call forth the Tempest deals damage to each creature your opponents control equal to the total mana value you cast this turn. So if you spend 8 on this, and say you get like, I've had it do 19 damage to each creature. It was insane. Like I've also had to do like a little, like 13. Yeah, it's like still you're getting Blasphemous Act value, but also you're getting stuff for free. I love this card. We've got some protection because board wipes really wreck us. So Heroic Intervention. Chaos Warp, which just like lets us deal with anything on the board. Moonlight Hunts, which, you know, we're in a werewolf deck, we should have some thematic werewolf removal. And this like says choose target creature you don't control. Each creature you control that's a wolf or werewolf deals combat damage to its power to that creature. We got Snakeskin Veil just to protect our werewolves if we need to. I just really like this card. I think it's cool. It can like give our creatures trample at instant speed, and just I got it at F&M and I thought it was like cool. I just decided to put it in the deck. You gotta have a Lightning Bolt. Lightning Bolt just always has a use, I find. Moon Mist, one of my favorite cards for werewolves. It transforms all the werewolves, and then like it's a fog for anything that isn't a werewolf. So insane, like insane value in a werewolf deck. We've got Waxing Moon that just like instantly transforms a wolf. Can like do some really cool, and also gives a trample. It's like good combat trick. One of my favorites, artifacts on enchantment removals, is Wear Down. We've got Beast Within. So let me just quickly read this card. Gift a card, and if you do gift a card, you can remove 2 artifacts or enchantments. Beast Within, also remove anything. And then this is a werewolf removal called Outland Liberator, sorry. Liberist. And it's just a 2/2, but for 1 we can sacrifice it and destroy enchantments or an artifact. But on its Nightbound side, it does that for free just when it attacks. Great value. I'm a huge fan of that card. Now for card draw, I'll be honest, we don't have a lot, but our commander draws us cards like crazy. And we want more slots for werewolves, so every wolf can become a card draw. But we have Rishka's Expertise, which I'm just a big fan of. We've got another wolf called Werewolf Pack Leader. When it attacks, if you control attacking creatures with power 6 or greater, you draw a card, and it can also become a bigger werewolf for 4 mana. And Guardian Project, because, you know, all our wolves will have different names except for the wolf tokens. And we can like reliably block with wolf tokens, and if we get another one, we can get a free card draw. We've got the Haste Enablers. We've got Lightning Greaves. Also gives Tovolar protection. You got the Rhythm or the Wild. And we got one of my favorite cards called Gimli's Reckless Might. Creatures you control have haste. And when you attack, if you control with creatures power 8 or greater, you can have your werewolves like fight any creature on the battlefield. Insane. Yeah, just any creature you don't control. And then the way we're trying to finish the game is, yeah, we already showed these 2 mana dorks, I believe. Okay, and the way we're like trying to finish the game is of course with werewolf and combat damage. And I'm still experimenting with better ways to finish the game, but for now I'm just trying out these 2 cards. You know, with the werewolf tokens, this could become really useful. And it's a wolf on the art. And then we also just got a Crater Hoof Behemoth because I had a line around and I'm like, yeah, this will do the job. This will finish the game. So yeah, that's all of our non-land cards. Question mark, because we do have lands, and 2 of them are the dual MDFC lands. We've got Stumpy Stomp, which is a land on its flip side, and it makes a creature deal damage equal to its power to another target creature. And we've got the Cyborg Frailis, which also doubles as another card draw. I think it was in a game the other day where I had that wolf that had 13 power, just played us, draw 13 cards, gain 13 life. Just insane. Okay, and now we just got some. I'm going to quickly go through these because these are just dual lands, really. If there's anything notable, I'll stop and talk about it more. Okay, so we got the green-red land, Thornspire Verge, Rootbound Crag, Sheltered Thicket, Temple of the False God, Temple of Abaddon. We've got this really lovely Art of Stomping Ground. We've got Game Trail, Command Tower, and Cavern of Souls. Why not? Because Cavern of Souls, you playing a Kindred deck, you should have your werewolves protected. And that card that said create a wolf for each forest you control? Yavimai just turns all your lands into forests. That's insane. We got a Demolition Field, just to I find that there's so many utility lands these days. You should always be running these, especially in the 2-color deck. You'll thank me later. There's just some Glacial Chasm, a Cabal Coffers. This just shuts off so many things that's hard to interact with. We've got Unclaimed Territory, which is any colored mana for werewolves. We've got Kasech Wolfrun, one of my favorite lands from history. Love this card. And then last but not least, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 forests. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mountains. And yeah, that's werewolves. Or actually, not a wolf. These are not wolves. Don't be mistaken. They are just cruel monsters, and we love them. So, thank you so much for watching my deck tech on Not a Wolf and then King of Wolves. I really appreciate you being here, and please be sure to like and subscribe. Cheers.
Wow. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Pretty cool. A lot of wolves running around, a lot of werewolves running around.
They're just little guys.
Yeah, switching from day to night.
And they have mood swings, but who doesn't?
Yeah, exactly.
I just swing. Matters for blockers.
Yeah.
The only time I have to think is about, wait, did you cast a spell on your turn? I wasn't paying attention. Because cruel players don't pay attention.
I think it's fun also with the ability to flip them back and forth. It's thematic. It works because when the moon comes out in night, they become werewolves. So it was fun to see. Gruul is always fun. Gruul is always fun. Gruul is always just about smacking damage.
Yeah, so, green just ramps you, and red has shenanigans, which I love.
Exactly.
But yeah, if you would like to, this is not the final version. I'll be working on this deck throughout the whole of next year. Please be looking at the mocks field to see if any changes. And please tell me your favorite werewolf down in the comments. Be great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us today. And please stay tuned for the next deck tech and our next gameplay video. Have a good one.
Take care.